I'm a pretty get down to the facts kind of guy. I'm sure you've realized that from our brief encounter earlier, all right? This is not rocket science. I've got what Terry Lynn has told me this afternoon, and I've got you. This is your opportunity. Terry Lynn's sitting right here. Tell us she's a liar. You've had no problem at saying it without her in the room.
Terry's a liar.
Yeah, that's what you're hoping.
I'm not even looking at her.
I don't need to look at her.
You haven't been looking at anyone.
I don't need to look at anyone.
Mike,
I know what happened.
have you stopped for a second to think about all of the forensic evidence that is yet to come in this investigation?
Then the lawyer will have to deal with that.
How does your lawyer deal with your semen on an 8-year-old's body?
I guess
Like,
a lawyer would have to
never-
deal with such things if they came up.
What's that?
I guess a lawyer would have to deal with such things if such things came up.
Do you know how the legal system works, Mike? Who gives instructions to who? Do you instruct your lawyer, or does your lawyer instruct you? You instruct your lawyer. So when that happens, your lawyer's going to say to you, Mike, what do you want me to do with this evidence?
Terry.
Thanks, Terry. See, Mike, I know I was right when I walked in here, okay? And I'm not gonna pull any punches here, okay? I'm not gonna try and kiss your ass, all right? I mean, let's face it. I'm a cop, all right? And the last 5 weeks, I've been trying to find out who killed an 8-year-old girl. Okay? And I know the guys from behavioral sciences, they got their thing. They're trying to understand why. That's what they do.
You guys all work together.
Yeah, we do. They're good people. They know their job very well. And sure as hell, I'd like to know why. Right? I'd like to think that we don't have people walking around our communities who just because they're bored on an afternoon say, hey, why don't we grab that girl and rape and murder her? Okay? I'd like to think that we live in a community where people think a little bit more about what they're going to do than that. All right? But what do you think you're coming off as right now? Do you think you're coming off as an innocent guy? Do you think you're looking like somebody who's been wrongfully accused here?
You're going to see it however you want to see it. My lawyer, or the lawyer, instructed me to just say...
Yeah, I know, Mike. I know what your lawyer instructed you to say. But that doesn't make you an innocent man. That makes you a man who's saying, holy fuck, what am I going to do now?
Nothing I do is going to change your opinion. So I might as well just follow the lawyer's advice.
Well, you're right there, Mike. Nothing you do is going to get you walking out of this police station tonight without being charged with murdering Tori Stafford. You're right, okay? Because everything, every single thing Terry Lynn has told us as we go through checking her story, and we've just started checking her story, has checked out. Everything. Okay? And things are starting to fall apart for you, okay? I just heard your name for the first time a couple of days ago as one of hundreds of names that I've been having my investigators look at. Okay, things changed this afternoon very quickly when we had Terry Lynn in here for a chat. Okay, and I'm not saying Terry Lynn walked in here and said, "Hey guys, guess what? I'm involved." All right, she resisted. She took time trying to convince us that she wasn't, and then for whatever reason. Whatever twigged with her, the lights started to come on, and she decided, you know what? I gotta get ahead of this thing. And that's her thing, okay? That's her thing. But 10 minutes ago, an officer just handed me a fax report from London Police. But a date rape allegation involving you.
That would
And
be
that's
an
only,
allegation.
Mike, that's only 3 hours in to talking to you. Okay, how unfortunate for you that within 5 months you've been accused of date rape, of drugging a girl, and now you're accused of kidnapping and murdering an 8-year-old girl. That's what this is, Mike. This is not me interpreting the evidence. I cannot take what Terry Lynn said to me this afternoon and say, oh, maybe she's mistaken.
You can't take what somebody has said to you and just, by God, believe it. Because if things were that simple, then there wouldn't be such things as court systems.
Absolutely. There wouldn't be such things as CSI people and forensics and DNA analysis.
Right.
Okay? You know that within, I would say, a couple hours from now, actually you and I will probably talk after we do it, we'll have the search warrant signed to search your car. Okay? Now, will you help me out with this? Okay, it's a simple question, Mike. Is there going to be parts of your back seat removed? Parts of the material in your back seat removed?
I guess you're gonna find out.
Well, it's a simple question. You know I'm going to find out. We have your car.
Okay, well then you're gonna find out. What's the point of asking?
Because the point is, that's one of the things that Terry Lynn says she knows you did. It's
Terry
one-
Lynn rides in my car.
I
So
know.
if there's anything different about my car, Terry Lynn knows.
Right? But everything
Terry
Terry Lynn
Lynn
is
has-
saying is going to be checking out. You know that.
Okay.
You're a smart man. Okay? Nobody's claiming that you're a stupid person here, Mike. Right? And I'm not trying to kiss your ass by saying you're smart either, but that's just common
I'm
sense.
not saying you are.
But Mike, you know how much media coverage this has. You know what the newspapers are going to do with this and to your family tomorrow. Okay? You think the cops are going to be talking to everybody you ever spoke to in your life? That's nothing compared to what the media is going to be doing. This is a huge story for them. This is the next Paul Bernardo. Whether you like it or not, a girl and a guy kidnapping an 8-year-old girl and murdering her. That's one of the most sensational things that have happened in this province since Bernardo and Carla. It's going to be a frenzy, and you and I both know that. Did you know your mother's being interviewed right now?
Nope.
How do you think she's taking this?
Probably not the greatest.
Right. And Mike, we're not doing this to be pricks, okay? We're not going and talking to your friends and family to be pricks. We have to do this. Okay? If we didn't do it, the Crown Attorney would order us to do it.
You don't need to interrogate my family.
Wait, Mike, that's not even an option for me. If I didn't do that, my boss would pull me off this case so fast my head would be spinning and somebody else would be on it the next day.
Awesome.
Okay? Now, I know this is going to sound like a deal to you, but it's not. Okay, and I guarantee you it's not. All right? But if you want us to lay off your family, then you need to tell the truth. Because otherwise we have to go find the truth out from everybody else and put the pieces together. And you want to force our hand, that's fine. Okay? Because the commissioner of the OPP has already gone public saying every resource possible, and I'm sure you've read the articles, will be thrown at finding the persons responsible for what happened to Tori Stafford. There is nothing bigger in this province right now. And really, when you look at it, there's only two ways to approach this story from a media perspective. And I think the guy from behavioral sciences already kind of talked to you about that a little bit. This is either two people who whose lives were overtaken by drugs and all the stress and everything that goes on, and they made a bad decision, they made a bad mistake. Or this is two cold-blooded psychopaths who were planning and plotting to snatch an innocent little girl off the street. Okay? And those aren't my words, Mike. Those are the words that the media is going to use, and you know that. You can control that to a certain extent.
No.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can, because when they ask us what you had to say about it, we can either say,
He's waiting to speak to a lawyer.
yeah, and then it's open season for the media. They can say whatever they want.
Well, it doesn't matter what they say. It's not going to make a difference of what they say. Nothing's going to change what they say. Even if they were 100% rooting for me, it's not going to change because of things that they say. If they were gunning for me, it's not going to change because of what they say.
Right.
It's not going to make a difference.
No, it's not going to make a difference. You're right. It's not going to change the fact that you're going to be charged with murdering Tori Stafford. You're right.
Charged.
Yeah.
Not convicted.
No, I don't convict people. I'm an investigator. I follow the evidence. So I want you to pause for a second and think about all of the potential evidence that's still to come in this case. The 401 cameras. Any of the cameras leading to that residence you went to in Guelph. The traffic cameras, cameras at stores, the Home Depot cameras. The cameras alone are going to track you. Okay? And we can talk about Tori Stafford's DNA being in your car. We can talk about how blood soaks through material and people cut out material, but it still gets to the underpadding because it happens all the time. I'm sure you watch CSI. I think you have a pretty good idea of what happens with human fluids. Okay, they seep. They seep through things. They seep through material. They get into the foam. Right? They get into the carpet fibers. We're not even talking about blood anymore. We're not even talking about saliva. We're talking about skin cells. We lose thousands of them every second. Tori could have sat in the backseat of your car for 10 seconds and jumped out and ran away. And we could probably still find her DNA in your car. All that time in your car, her DNA is in your car, Mike. Okay? But the biggest issue for you is explaining why your DNA is on her body. That's the problem you're going to have. Okay? Work through these things. You can try and figure out, how am I going to spin this? How am I going to spin that? Right?
Simply, not going to happen.
Well, people tell me that all the time. I've been doing this job for 20 years, and it happens. Okay.
Fine. It also doesn't happen.
Well, it's going to happen in this case.
You think it's going to happen in this case because some drug addict girl whose mom shoots up
I
and
know all about
stabbed
Terry
people that. Obviously, then it's just got to be true.
See, Mike, this is the problem, though. We're only 3 hours into this conversation.
Okay.
What do I do tomorrow when I pull the Home Depot camera and I say, Mike, you're on video driving at that Home Depot parking lot on the afternoon of the 8th of July with Terry Lynn and a young female in your car?
I have a feeling that's not going to happen.
Okay, having a feeling is not good enough. If it happens, what are you going to say?
Okay.
And then are you going to say, hey, you got me, I'm sorry, I'm a drug addict now, and I was out of my
someone
mind.
faked a video? Maybe something along those lines.
So now we're moving from Terry Lynn's lying to now the police are trying to frame me.
I never said the police are trying to frame me. You're trying to implicate something. You're trying to say something happened.
Well, if I
that
fake
you don't
my-
know
if
did
I
happen,
fake a
that you're
video-
going based on what some girl has told you.
Who's gonna fake the video, Mike? Who's gonna fake it?
Maybe you didn't get what I said.
I go to Home Depot security office and I have them pull their video cameras of their parking lot, because all Home Depots have them. I'm sure you've seen how they have the lawnmowers out there, how they have all that equipment out there for sale. They have video cameras in all their parking lots.
Okay.
It's a huge business. You go there, pull the tapes, and I see you on that afternoon.
Not gonna happen.
Why?
Because I'm not there.
Okay, and that's what I wanted to hear from you, okay? Denying something that the evidence is going to show to be true. What are you going to do with that? Like, what kind of conversation are we going to have, say, at noon tomorrow when I walk in and I say, Mike, the videotape from the Home Depot shows you there, or the videotape from the traffic light in
We're gonna
Guelph.
have whatever conversation that the
Are you-
lawyer says to have.
Yeah, you're going to go back to, I'm waiting for my lawyer.
Yes.
And that's fine,
Okay.
okay? That's fine. But
That's where I'm standing.
don't bitch at me about interviewing your family and your friends. Your family and your
You
friends,
asked a question, I
your close
responded.
family is
That's
probably
not
going to get
bitching.
interviewed about 3 or 4 times.
Okay, well,
Okay.
you asked a question, I responded.
Okay, how are you going to respond to your mom when she says, Mike, how come the media's here every day shoving cameras in my face?
I'll deal with that when the time comes.
Yeah. You know what a psychopath is, Mike?
I have never met one.
Well, I just met one tonight. It's you.
In the other room.
No. No, psychopaths don't tell the truth. Psychopaths rarely confess, actually.
Okay,
Paul Bernardo never confessed.
alright,
Paul Bernardo's dangerous offender. He's never getting out.
okay.
Paul Bernardo kept saying, you'll never find the evidence. You'll never find any DNA. It's not there. It's all over the place.
Okay. It's so funny how you can compare me to somebody like that because what a 19-year-old girl has said.
What has it got to do with her being 19? She saw what she saw. And the one advantage Terry Lynn has is being a female, being a young female. People are more inclined to believe. I mean, even when people saw the video, when they started to think, I wonder if this is a stranger that has grabbed Tori. Because let's face it, rumor around town, maybe mom's involved, maybe it's drug related, blah, blah, blah. Right, we've been hearing that forever. But even when people started to turn their minds to maybe this is a stranger. Maybe that woman with Tori on that video is a stranger to Tori. Do you think they were contemplating the fact that a female would do this on their own? No. Everybody's talking about the fact, well, some guy must have made her do this, right?
Well, I don't know what some guy she's involved with.
She's involved with you.
She's not involved with me. I'm one of dozens of people that she knows.
When was the last time you saw Terry Lynn before tonight?
I dropped her off clothes.
Okay, why if she knows dozens of people, are you the one that has to bring her the clothes?
Because I'm talking to her mother and because I'm not high all the time, like everybody else. Like the guy who found me in a parking lot, whacked out of his tree.
What are you talking about? Do you remember telling Terry Lynn that if the police come and talk to her, that she should be telling them nothing, first of all, that she doesn't know you. And secondly, if something comes up where they can prove that she knows you, then she should tell them that that card that was released by the police, that you guys just drove Tori down to that other car and then you don't know what happened. Is that gonna be your story?
It's not my story.
Was it though?
It's
I
not my
mean,
story.
how do you explain that? I was only partially abducting her? I'm a part-time abductor? What the fuck?
Okay, what the fuck?
Exactly.
Right. I'm pretty sure any more questions now can go towards a lawyer.
I don't have any questions for you. I just wanted to meet the guy that I've been chasing down for the last 5 weeks.
You haven't been chasing me for 5 weeks.
Well, I've been chasing the person that killed Tori,
Wrong again.
and you're that person, Mike.
Wrong again. But once again, you're gonna believe whatever you want to believe, until even if you don't have facts in front of you. That's not very smart.
So what do you suggest the police do when somebody like Terry Lynn comes in and tells us what she told us today? What would you do as a police officer?
I'm not a police officer. I don't know.
Well, you're obviously pissed
didn't
off
take
about the
up law
decision we did
enforcement.
make. What decision would you make? Do you not
It's
think
not
we
up to
did
me
the
to
right
decide
thing?
that.
Okay. So why are you so pissed off about what we did?
I'm pissed off about what you did.
Mm-hmm.
No. I'm pissed off. I'm not even pissed off. I just find it funny how you can go full sure on something when you don't know.
Well, Mike, when somebody tells me that they were present when a man killed an 8-year-old girl.
Right. Somebody told you that.
Mm-hmm. She did.
Okay.
When that happens, okay, we don't say, oh well, maybe after we go golfing for the week, we'll go and see Mike and see what he has to say. That's not the way it works.
No, so let's just pick him up and then say, yep, you did it. Because that's obviously got to be the right way to go about things.
Yeah. Well, community safety is the important thing here, right?
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure I'm not going anywhere right now, so that doesn't justify what you're saying or doing.
Do you have any kids of your own, Mike?
I guess you'll find out.
Do you have any nieces or nephews?
I guess you'll find out.
Yeah. Somebody told us you have a 7-year-old daughter. Is that true?
I guess you'll find out.
Okay. Well, if you did, and this happened to her, and I came over to your house and said, hey Mike, we just had somebody tell us who abducted and murdered your daughter. We'll look into it, see what comes up. Would you be happy with that?
Yes. That's your job.
Yeah, because you wouldn't want us to go and arrest somebody just because somebody told us they did a murder, right?
Of course not.
No.
Why would I want somebody to just get arrested just because some Joe Blow said so? Then everybody might be arrested because everybody thinks that everybody did it. So let's just arrest the whole lot of them.
Why do you think Terry Lynn would confess to this?
I have no idea.
I mean, let's face it. If Terry
Because
Lynn
you said
goes,
Terry Lynn's on a video. Looks like Terry Lynn's out of options. Terry Lynn's already in
No.
a juvie. Terry Lynn already has priors. Terry Lynn has already been accused of stabbing people. I don't know.
But we didn't arrest Terry Lynn until Terry Lynn told us she was involved, right?
Okay.
She came in here for a chat.
Okay.
Okay. We asked her permission to come out on a judge's order and come and talk to us. Okay. It wasn't until Terry Lynn told me that she was involved in this all started to happen. Okay, so this isn't Terry Lynn getting arrested and trying to save her own throat by throwing it on Mike.
I don't know. Maybe Terry Lynn thought she was out of options. I don't know.
Well, for a girl who thought she was out of options, she should have given us a hell of a lot of details.
I can't answer you. I don't know.